So when I was a young boy, the coolest, most badass guy that I knew was my grandfather. He had dropped out of high school during the Great Depression and gone and fought in World War II, and then came back and continued, dropped out to work in a factory, and then came back and worked in, I think, the same factory. And and also I loved him because he got in the best jabs at my mother and could get under her skin and just criticize her and really, really piss her off. And I really looked up to him for that. And he was always, everybody knew of him as a jerk. His daughters nicknamed him the Jewish Archie Bunker, which the more you think about it makes less and less sense. And so when he was 88, he went to the hospital, and the doctors told us, and doctors told him, "You're gonna be fine." I think it was pneumonia, and he told everybody, he's like, "Nope, this is it. I'm on my deathbed. I'm saying my goodbyes. I'm out of here." And everybody disagreed with him because the doctors told us that wasn't it. So he had, on the way into the hospital, even though he said he was done, he lived a full life, he saw his daughters get married, he outlived his wife, he had smuggled in some pills of nitro in case he had a heart attack. He could take that because he didn't trust that if he hit the button that the hospital would come fast enough to give it to him. And I asked him, I was like, why? And so my mother found the pills in a sock and and so at one point in her life, they say my mother was a hippie. But then when you become a mother, you become a narc as well. And so she told the doctors, like, he brought these pills in and he's not allowed to have them, and they took them away. And I asked him, I was like, "You're telling people you're dying, like, why do you even have the pills?" And he's like, "'Cause I don't want to have a heart attack. Like, I've had heart attacks. They're awful, and I'm going to go out in my sleep on my own terms. Like, I'm not going to deal with that shit." And so then he was in there for about 2 weeks. And in the middle of it, he asked me, he's like, "Joe, smuggle me in like a glass of white wine. Like, I want to have like a glass of wine before I go." And I said, "Well, you're not going, so we can have that glass when you get out." And like and me being an Eagle Scout and the son of a narc, I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go against the doctor." So I didn't do it, and I didn't get him his wine. And then then he died, and I mean, he said he was gonna die, so he did it. And so many times when somebody dies, we say, "Oh, they fought this courageous battle and were fighting to the end." And he didn't do that. He was a jerk about it and refused everybody's advice that he was gonna live, and decided to do it when he wanted to, and he went out with grace and with confidence, and didn't do it on anybody else's schedule, and just went out like he lived, and that's the way to do it. All right. That's all.